Hey everyone, Eugene here, back again, this time with Frederic Malle's Angeliques Sous, Pluie by one of my favorite perfumers of all time. And if he wasn't already, I think this is the one that, makes it official. I'm just madly in love with everything from Jean-Claude Elena. And this is definitely one of those which I consider a complete masterpiece. But before I go on, please don't go out and buy this and say, yes, Eugene thought it was great, or called it a masterpiece, and it doesn't even last 20 minutes on me. Apparently it's a huge problem, if you read the reviews online or whatever, people saying it doesn't last. And I totally get that and I understand it. And it's one of those things that I actually do consider this like an invisible perfume. A lot of Jean-Claude Elena's work is called transparent and light and airy. He's known as making watercolors. His style has a lot of colors to it. Some can be watery. He uses a lot of spices over and over again. What I've actually heard is, if you've smelled this, or if you've smelled any of his work, you can see a lot of repetitiveness going on, from fragrance to fragrance, or things that smell alike and similar. And the reason for that is, I spoke to Thierry Wasser once about just his, what does it take to be a perfumer? And he said, you need to be a chemist, or, something along that lines. And he's actually memorized, he has down pat 3,000 different ingredients and notes that he knows right off the top of his head. He can smell and say, yes, this is the synthetic for such and such, or that's the natural for another note. So he actually works with 3,000 different ingredients or notes. And you can see, smelling Thierry Wasser's perfumes, there's a huge range, from sweet all the way to, woody incense, or ambers or florals or whatever. But when you smell Elena's work, a lot of it is very similar, for the sheer reason that he said to only be working with 300 different ingredients, which isn't a whole lot, in the broad spectrum compared to a lot of other perfumers. So that's why you will see that repetitiveness over and over and over again. Personally, I don't mind it. I love his style. This is totally what I'm into right now, are these transparent, weightless perfumes. I'm so over the obnoxious department store, drugstore designers fragrances, the way they project and they're cloying and they're kind of intrusive to people close by that are left dealing with the scent trail. And you often hear people call something a masterpiece, and it usually takes two things. It's got to be really loud and obnoxious, and it's got to be really popular as well. If you ask people, what are your favorites from Frederic Malle, you usually hear the same thing over and over again. Portrait of a Lady, MUSC RAVAGEUR, Cardinal Flower, Une Rose, that sort of thing, A Vetiver Extraordinaire, which are all great. I love them all as well. But, and it's probably one of the reasons that it took me so long to figure this out. I've had samples and samples, and I've probably got a half a dozen samples of these given to me, and I just let them sit there and I never really investigated them. It's been just a few months that I've actually discovered this. And, the first time I tried it, I thought it was beautiful, but I wasn't able to pick it up after a certain while, just like everybody else. And within trying it, I noticed, okay, this does last. You just need to be really patient. For the first hour and a half to almost 2 hours, I could pick it up consistently. It performs quite well, but after that, it disappears and then it comes back and it reappears and that sort of thing. You just need to be patient, give it some time. Don't reapply, or don't go, applying something different, because it is there. It is for me, at least. I'd like to think that I have, like, you know, the perfect perfume lover skin, because I really don't have a problem with a lot of my perfumes. I can go downstairs and blindfoldedly pick, you know, any fragrance from my collection, and I'm certain I'll have like great performance from it, longevity and projection and that sort of thing. So performance has never really been an issue for me, but what I do love about this is it smells totally natural, like something I would smell outdoors in real life, you know, not like, you know, the masterpiece Acqua di Gio per Profumo or any version for that matter, which kind of smells like leaky propane tank or just like rotting eggs to me. Nothing you'd smell. Okay, sure, you'd smell that stuff in nature, but it's not something that you'd want to smell, or it's just kind of gross. But you know, when I smell this, it's just like me going out, you know, every morning on my way to work at, you know, 5 a.m. The sun hasn't quite come out, but it's not dark exactly either. It's kind of that in-between time. And it's either just finished raining or it's just about to rain. You know, there's dew on the grass. The grass is a little bit wet. And to me, this is very, it's spicy. It's very rooty and vegetal, and almost smells like if you were to pull, you know, the Angelica right out of its roots, with the roots and the soil and the earth and everything, you know, even a little bit of grass, and that's kind of what it smells like to me. So it's very floral, very spicy, and it's got a little bit of juniper berries in here to give it some woodiness. There's, I think there's a gin note in here as well. It's got a little bit of booziness, so it does add that light contrast that Jean-Claude Elena is known for. He's got a lot of light and colors and stuff like that. So yeah, it does dry down to this kind of nondescript woods, powder, and some ambers. You know, it's not the greatest dry down, but you know, it is quite lovely, and it does last. You know, I can get about 8 or 9 hours from it, even though it is quite subtle. But that to me is what I consider, you know, a true masterpiece, something that takes you somewhere, even though you're not there, but just by wearing a fragrance, it'll actually put you in a place, and something that really smells natural. Yeah. Jean-Claude Elena, another, you know, for me, another winner. I think one of the greatest perfumers of all time. Easily could be debatable, you know, Thierry Wasser, another favorite, Bertrand Duchefort, Sheldrake, Jacques Polge. You know, there's a number of great perfumers. Unfortunately, Jean-Claude Elena is now retired, so kind of saddens me, but I'm happy to know that he's left us with just a ton of excellent perfumes. Anyway, that's kind of been, you know, Angeliques Sous la Pluie. I guess I haven't even shown the bottle, but we all know what Frederic Malle bottles look like. I did do a line overview of Frederic Malle with Kristo. I think it was last summer. We've done it so many times, actually, and I think last summer we actually went and uploaded it. So I'll drop a link if you're interested in that. But I mean, Malle for me was the brand that kind of got me into niche. So yeah, I love, you know, a lot of Frederic Malle's work. So anyway, if you've smelt Angeliques Sous la Pluie, let us know in the comments what you think of it. Let us know about the performance you get. Let us know what your favorites from Jean-Claude Elena are. I'd love to know, as I'm a huge fan, obviously. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we will see you again soon.